Rangers, and welcome to Ranger Review YouTube channel. Today in this video, I'll be going over my top 5 easy tips and tricks for visiting national parks. Let's go ahead and dive right on in. Okay, now I'm starting out with tip number 1. Actually talk to the park rangers. Now this suggestion might seem a little bit obvious to some people and a little bit weird to others, but park rangers are in the parks and are paid to be in the parks to help you understand them and not just protect them. So when you first go into a visitor center, one of the first things you should do is actually talk to the park rangers. They have so much information about trails, they have so much information about stuff in the park. They are very knowledgeable on this subject and they spend all of their time researching about it. So why wouldn't you ask them for a little more information? Tip number 2. Use the park brochures, newspapers, and even junior ranger booklets to help you explore the park. The brochures and newspapers may seem a little bit more obvious. They have maps of the park, they've got lots of information, and even the junior ranger booklets. They have a lot of information and a really easy starting point when first visiting national parks, especially when it comes to it's your first park, or it's your first time visiting that park, and other such things, because they lay down the basic groundwork and have some pretty good information in them as well. And number 3, this might seem pretty obvious, but it is don't bring too much stuff. If you have a lot of stuff you're bringing, if you have all these guidebooks, if you have cameras, if you have all of this stuff, water bottles, and yes, you should bring a few things. You should bring your wallet and your water bottles, reusable water bottles if you do, but don't bring so much stuff that it weighs you down, especially if you're going to hike in the park. If you feel comfortable carrying all that around, sure, but one of my tips is don't weigh yourself down, especially with unnecessary stuff that you might not even use. Tip number 4. This might seem like it embodies the whole point of visiting a national park, but it is to plan ahead, especially if you're going to go camping or you're going to visit a national park with a big group. I have a whole video based on this subject of 7 things you can do before you visit a national park. Check out in the links and in the card. But essentially what you need to do is check the website, check the guides, check everything before you visit to help keep the trip as smooth as possible. And tip number 5, no matter what national park you're visiting, whether it is national, historical, a monument, a battlefield, any national park, this rule applies, and they really emphasize. Remember, take only pictures, leave only footprints. Don't litter, don't leave stuff, don't take stuff. It is pretty much set on its own. Leave only the footprints you have and take only pictures. This is something that embodies both the don't leave stuff and the take stuff. So this is something you should really try and do whenever you visit national parks. Everybody, before we go on and end this video, I'd like to say that I put a few links in the description that you might want to check out, especially if you're planning to or have visited a national park and would like to find out more. Well, everybody, that's the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to give this video a huge thumbs up and comment down below with your thoughts. I'd love to hear from you. Also, be sure to click that red subscribe button and the little bell next to it to always know when I post new videos. Thank you so much for watching again, and I shall see you in another video. Bye!